if you're a fan of home runs, then Friday night was for you. 15 total runs scored between the Dodgers and the Rangers, 11 via the long ball.
Dodgers out-homered them. When they do that this year, they're 8-0, and this is the direction they flew between both teams. Dodgers season high for a game is 5. They've done that twice. But last night, 4 of them, and that was enough.
And the Dodgers 8-0 when they out-homer their opponents. Emmett Sheehan going to try and keep the Rangers in the yard as he runs out for his 3rd start of the season. First 2 against Washington and Arizona. 8 runs on 12 hits and 5 walks, with 17 base runners in just 9 innings pitched.
Well, with Emmett, he's got to get the fastball going, and that means the fastball's getting hit. That usually means it's location. The issue is location. Check the 38.7 at the top 4-seamer. They're hitting 545 off that. The changeup is average for him. The slider has been his best pitch. Changeup is what he came to the big leagues with as his secondary pitch, but the slider has improved tremendously.
Skip Schumacher going with his starting lineup, different from game 1. Brandon Nimmo and Ezekiel Duran, the first 2. Wyatt Langford injured with his quad in his home run last night. He avoids the injured list, but he's out for this one. Corey Seager bats 3rd. Jake Berger at 1st. Another former Dodger, Jock Peterson, batting 5th as the DH. Then Evan Carter in center. Kyle Higashioka, a Southern California kid behind the plate. Josh Smith and Josh Young round things out. All set to go. Baseball here at Blue Heaven. And this one starts with ball 1 from Sheehan, down and in.
Thought Will was going to tap his helmet on the very first pitch of the game right there. That was very close.
Nimmo cracks one in the air, straightaway center field, backing Pages up at the wall. It's gone. And the first inning continues to be a tough one for Emmett Sheehan. 1-0 Rangers on the second pitch of the ball game.
Fastball, pretty much middle. And you're hoping when it's hit, it has that sound, but you're hoping it's center field. It won't be enough, but it was.
So after the leadoff home run, here's Duran. And the ERA in the first inning balloons to 18 from 13.5 before first pitch tonight. Wave and a miss. Sheehan jumps ahead. Well, the Rangers entered this series really scuffling offensively. 3 or fewer runs scored in the 7 games prior to last night. But they found the home run stroke, it appears. Ball and 2 strikes. Here comes Sheehan. Blows it by him at 97. He bounces back from the home run with his first K.
And that is some serious heat from him. He's been averaging around 94, dropped a mile an hour or 2. But 97 is pretty much his top end.
1 strikeout down. The Dodgers staff needs 6 more. Get you free Jumbo Jacks tomorrow in Los Angeles after you buy a large drink. Curveball in the dirt. Ball 1 on Corey Seager. Back a fastball, levels the count. This is Seager's 3rd game as a visitor in this ballpark. The first 2, he's taken it to his old club. A pair of 3-run homers, one off Walker Buehler in 2024, and then last night facing Tyler Glasnow. Really only a couple mistakes made by Glasnow last night. That pitch to Seager was certainly one of them.
Yeah, 3-2 with the base open. It was a strike. It also could have been maybe a little better pitch, not challenging the best hitter on their club that really could have brought him back into the game, and he did. He put him on top.
Sheehan's 2-2. Seager strikes out swinging. Back-to-back Ks for Emmett Sheehan.
A very nice response to the home run. Can be a shock to your system, but it also can clear the mechanism as far as anything that I was worried about has just happened, and now I'll just pitch.
Two outs, bases empty. Jake Berger grounds the first pitch he sees to short. And that retires the side. So Emmett Sheehan retires the next three after Nimmo's leadoff shot. 1-0 Rangers. Dodgers going to have to come back once again, and they're going to look at this man at the top. Shohei Ohtani riding a 44-game on-base streak into the second game of the series, the longest streak for a Dodger since 2000. Sean Green's 53-gamer. The Dodgers starting lineup brought to you by your SoCal Helpful Honda dealers. Same as it was in Game 1. Ohtani, Tucker, Smith, Freeman, Muncy, Teoscar Hernández, Pages, Freeland, and Kim. It's a young right-hander on the mound, Jack Leiter. His first pitch. Tails outside, ball 1. Former second overall pick in the 2021 draft out of Vanderbilt. Jack Leiter with some big league bloodlines. The son of longtime major league pitcher Al Leiter. Drops a change on Ohtani to even the count.
His father was a high-quality left-hander, and he does definitely have the pedigree and the mind for the game.
StatCast 3D illustrating his arsenal.
This is what he's going to come at you with. Slider has been really good. Also that curveball. He's done a very nice job once he gets the 2 strikes, and his strikeout to walk ratio is almost 9-1.
This one hangs, and then Ohtani bangs deep right field, and we're tied. A lot of talk entering today about Ohtani's lack of an extra base hit at home this year. He ends the drought emphatically.
Breaking ball down and in. Leiter pretty much owned left-handed hitters last year because of the changeup, but this slider is in the sweet spot for Ohtani and a lot of left-handed power hitters.
25th career leadoff shot for Shohei and his 19th in Dodger blue. Brand new ball game as Tucker fouls back strike 1.
Both leadoff hitters putting their clubs 1-0 and 1-1.
A decoy Selly with Miguel Rojas in the dugout.
Yesterday we talked about the game's too long for opponents, and even with the blown save, Muncy's home run showed that. Well, this game has started well with the offense, and I think it's really important for Emmett Sheehan to get a little support here or in the first few innings so he can relax a little bit.
A ball and 2 strikes on Tucker. And he's down swinging.
Well, your scorecard looks the same in the visiting side and the home side. Home run, swinging K.
Dave Roberts was saying before the game, you know, I know Ohtani doesn't have an extra base hit or an RBI yet here at home. Kind of crazy, but trust me, it's coming. I think it's coming tonight. And Doc was spot on. Now Will Smith.
These first 4 hitters for the Dodgers, they're at an OPS clip of about 790, which is almost like all-star level. the bottom of the order 5 through 9, and OPS over 1,000. So it looks like the top of the order hasn't gotten started, and the only reason you think that is because of their resumes. As far as their production, it's been solid, but as far as their resumes, they feel like they've fallen short so far.
On a 1-1, Smith wants his slider sail a changeup over Higashioka's head. Wonder if they got crossed up there or it was just a whiff from the backstop. Either way, 2-1. Just the 4th run allowed by Leiter this year. 18 strikeouts in 11 1/3 innings, just 2 walks. Smith belts one to left field, and that's a 1-out single.
Dodgers are the one that changed the sequence here with Will Smith's base hit. Home run, strikeout, knock. Little two-seamer inside. Will with the short arms and the quick hips hits it solidly.
Game tied at 1. Bottom of the 1st. We're just underway here in LA. Freddie Freeman now at the plate. Freeman was 0 for 4, struck out twice last night. He did walk, so his hitting streak ends, but the on-base streak continues now, 9 consecutive for number 5.
Does feel like there's been some cross-ups, but they haven't had any discussions right there.
They've both been on changeups. One going to the backstop and the other one clanking off the glove. Leiter comes set. Ball 3. After Ohtani's home run, Freddie Freeman, he is 1 shy of 100 as a Dodger. Can't swing at the 3-0 up and in, a 4-pitch walk. That'll bring up last night's walk-off hero, Max Muncy.
There were 3 of them, and they were all on something firm and up. A fastball, a cutter, and a two-seamer. And he hit all 3 of them.
5 runs scored for Max Muncy last night, a new career high in a single game. Tied at 1 in the 1st. Dodgers got a couple of chances to break said tie.
A pictorial of elevation of those pitches. It's amazing what AI could do. Got to keep our guys in the truck away from the computer.
Swing and a miss, quickly 0-2. I wish the animatronic Muncy had done the bat drop.
Oh, that was a beauty. We need to show that.
Now 213. 3rd most all-time in LA Dodger history. Next up, Penguin. Ronce.
Usually the exclamation of a home run is the bat, drop or fling or whatever. But I love the fact that after he dropped the bat, emphatically, that he just dropped his head.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Yeah, you watch it. I know it's gone.
On a 1-2 from Leiter. Muncy strikes out swinging on a high fastball at 98.
Very tempting when he hit the elevated hard stuff yesterday, and all of a sudden they go a little bit too high, a little bit too far in.
Two on, 2 out in the 1st, tied at 1. I think Saturday night is Teoscar Hernández's night.
He's going to have to catch Ohtani first before he gets the night himself.
That's fair point.
It was kind of the Muncie Pajes show last night. Max said, "I'll finish the show."
He feels close. Teoscar Hernández does. The one thing he's trying to hone in with his swing is his back right arm. Feels like his first move is out, and then he's cutting across the strike zone as opposed to pulling the bat through the zone. Lifts one high in the air to left field. This one is back, and it is gone! Teo breaks the tie.
Close. We don't need to see closer. That is the swing. Tailing a little bit in on him, but he did not push around that ball. He was short and quick and powerful to it.
Started the half inning 1 down, now 3 up with Andy Pajes taking strike 1.
Yeah, you give up 4 runs and 2 home runs to the first 6 hitters, and then you get to face Pajes.
Good luck. Ball and a strike. The Dodger offense, the first 10 innings of this series, 6 home runs. Pajes has 1.
4 runs, and then you face the best hitter in the big leagues.
Good cut.
This hits to right field. We're deep in the count after he was looking for something middle in. He finally got the 2 hits deep in the count to right, and then set him up to say, okay, I'm hitting those. You come in, and then he went deep on the ball inside.
When you say best hitter in the big leagues, by the way, that is not blue bias.
No, not at all.
His batting average at .449 is the best among all qualified hitters in baseball, and he's tied for the league lead in RBIs at 16. Pokes a slider foul to stay in there.
That's a swing and a miss last year. Better balance, more in his legs, using the ground for power, and also staying in his legs longer so that he can fight that pitch off that's a way that used to be a chase.
Lengthy first inning for Jack Leiter. 2 strikeouts, but 3 hits, including 2 home runs. Ohtani and Hernández, and not yet finished with Pajes. Another 2-2. Strike 3 swinging. So 3 Ks, but the Dodgers got 4 runs. Top of the second on tap here in Los Angeles. The Dodgers 4 and the Rangers 1 after an action-packed first inning. Leadoff home run surrendered by Emmett Sheehan to Brandon Nimmo. And then the Dodger offense picked up their starter. Ball 1 to Jock Peterson.
Emmett had the velo in the first inning. Threw his hardest pitch of the season, around 97. But he's given up 3 home runs this year, and they've all been on the fastball. And when your stats against the league on the fastball are over 500, you know it's a location issue.
And getting out number 1 in innings has been an issue. Peterson with a big swing and a miss, 2-1. After Nimmo's home run, leadoff batters against Sheehan are now 4 for 9. So 6 of 11. have reached base safely. Wave and a miss, strike two.
Skip Schumacher's got Jock in there today because he saw that Emmett Sheehan is struggling with the fastball, and Jock feasts on poor located fastballs.
Strike three.
Hence back-to-back breaking balls to punch him out. Slider down and in. Make sure it's got some depth so the bat goes over it.
Three strikeouts for Sheehan. Four more. We're free Jumbo Jack territory tomorrow in LA.
We want the 7th strikeout to be against Berger.
I like that.
Jack's because Berger is out.
Manifest, well.
That'll be up to you.
What do you mean?
I want you, because I do the analyst stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You
See.
Yeah.
How do you want me to call it again?
lay out.
Just lay out. Lay out. I can do that. 2-1 on Carter.
We talked about supporting Emmett Sheehan, and Teo with his bomb and Ohtani with his bomb has done that. That is definitely a better attitude when you go out there on the mound and all of a sudden you're down 1-0 from the leadoff hitter and you take the mound in the 2nd inning and you're up 4-1. It changes everything as far as your body, your freedom, your confidence, your brain chemistry. Everything feels better.
Sheehan's 2-2 to Carter. Got a piece of a changeup. I love the "for love of the game" quote. Clear the mechanism. We talked about that before. First innings. All right, you get punched in the mouth, and it'll just kind of wake you up more than it will derail your entire outing. Ground ball to second, picked up by Freeland. 2 gone.
I mean, you get to this level, there are so many different edges that can separate good from great, bad from good, average to good. I mean, and one of them definitely is mental. And definitely your outlook on how you feel, not giving in to how you feel, but playing almost a fantasy in your mind that I'm going to pretend like I feel really good out here, even though I don't have it yet. And you never want to let the hitter see you sweat. I mean, they see blood in the water. It's amazing that the hitters can pick up on your eyes, your facial expressions, your body language. Then you're just feeding them confidence.
That's 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and Emmett Sheehan with a 1-2-3 second with bookending Ks. Freeland, Kim, and Ohtani here for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 2nd. And Alex Freeland starting to roll offensively. 6 for his last 10.
Yeah, if you look at the execution column, he's almost been 100%. When you look at the result column, the ball is starting to fall in. Did that for Freddie Freeman, and it definitely has done it for Alex Freeland.
1 for 2 in the opener last night. Was lifted early for a pinch hitter. The average up to 265 his first 11 games. Here comes Jack Leiter's first offering. Wave and a miss, strike 1. First 2 starts for the Rangers starter. 3 earned runs total. The Dodgers score 4 runs against him in the first inning. You were teammates with Jack's father, Al. I was teammates with Al at MLB Network, and said today, hey, tell your boys to take it easy on Jack tonight. And I said, hey, the way Jack's throwing, that could be a two-way conversation. But Dodgers were able to clip him a couple times in that first inning.
Now, this young man has a bright future. And I think that we're getting close to talking about a breakout year, but it's going to be hard when it's against the Dodgers. to see exactly where he is in his growth as a pitcher. The Dodgers are going to capitalize on mistakes where other clubs would make outs.
Freeland fouls away a fastball, still 1-2.
I got to know him in spring training. His brother is in the minor league system with the Dodgers, and he and his dad came over and were watching his brother throw on one of the backfields. And so it was fun to just visit with an old teammate and meet a new friend.
On a 2-2 pitch, Freeland fouls back a cutter. That's a new pitch from Leiter this year. Added it to his arsenal, so now a 6-pitch mix. And he actually learned the grip from Garrett Crochet, star lefty for the Boston Red Sox, formerly the Chicago White Sox. Another 2-2. Freeland grounds it to his counterpart, Josh Smith. 1 out.
The Dodgers now have scored 54 runs in the second half of the game, innings 5 through 9. But with the 4 in the first, they've scored 33. So they're still 21 short as far as runs scored in the first 4 innings compared to the 5th through the 9th.
Last to the order for the Dodgers, Ha-Seong Kim. Oh for 1 on Friday, but did drive in a run with the sacrifice fly. In the air to left field. Duran back in front of the warning track. 2 gone. Shohei Ohtani comes to the plate, and we show you the Performance Spotlight, sponsored by your Southern California Nissan dealers. On base streak, and another after his leadoff homer. 45 consecutive games.
Who was at 53 that he's trying to catch? Is it Sean Green? I think I'll take the over that he goes by Sean. And not because the bat is going to stay particularly lightning hot, but I think it's because he's going to have some walks. And if he's patient and he's getting his hits, they're not going to want to pitch to him. And we've seen good patience from him.
That home run came on a slider from Jack Leiter. So if you're a young pitcher out there, okay, your breaking ball's been good for you, but he absolutely crushed one. You're attacking him how second time around?
I don't want to tell you how to get him out.
That's fair. More hard stuff, 1-2.
I don't think there's one way to pitch Shohei, because he's smart and he thinks along with you. And if he got a hit on a certain pitch, you might not see that pitch, but if you do, it'll be in a better location.
Bouncing ball right side. Ohtani booking it down the line, and Leiter can't come up with it. So his first time up, he hits one 390 feet. Second time up, I don't know if that got 40 feet.
It's a really hard ball to have a good baseball clock, but you don't really need to rush as a pitcher, but you feel like you have to rush because the runner is already by you. But throwing the baseball at about 60 miles an hour after you pick it up is definitely going to catch the runner, even if he's only a step and a half away from first base. The runners are running, you know, a little over 20 miles an hour or so, and you can just lob it 50, 60 miles an hour and you will catch them even when they're close. But it's a hard thing to tell your brain when the runner's already gone by you.
Ball went in the dirt to Kyle Tucker. 2 outs. Ohtani now on first. By the way, just for the record, it may have dribbled 40 feet, but it was hit 1 foot into the ground. So a little different ball flight compared to the first inning.
1 foot.
1 foot. Tucker 0 for 1. He struck out swinging for the first out in the first inning.
Take this in the right way, but we're in the weakest part of the Dodger lineup.
The numbers show.
7, 8, and 9. They're hitting 449, 265, and 375 coming into the game. It's ridiculous how good this lineup is right now.
Comfortably the best bottom 3 in baseball.
Oh, very comfortable. I say that tongue in cheek, and I know if the guys in the first 4 slots of the order heard it, they would agree right now.
Yeah,
it would not be a problem.
Tucker ahead 3-1. Rolls it over to the right side. Piece of cake for Berger. Ohtani stranded, still 4-1. Dodgers top of the 3rd. Bottom of the order for Texas. Smith, Young, and then it turns over for Nimmo. First pitch grounded to second. Hit cleanly by Freeland. 1 pitch, 1 out for Emmett Sheehan. He was retired the last 7 since Nimmo's leadoff homer. Quick word from Jack in the Box.
Get my new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal for a chance to win $75,000. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Young stares at a fastball and strike 1. Slow roller up the middle. Freeland across his body on the money.
Started on the right side of second base, but he was able to get to the left side if you're looking at it from home plate. Nice range and throw across the body.
Now Sheehan try and get Nimmo back after this. On the second pitch he saw, his 15th career home run leading off the game. And Nimmo has loved hitting here in Los Angeles in his career. 44 games. He got 5 home runs. That's against the Dodgers overall, but in LA specifically, 4 home runs. Sheehan with the 0-2. Change up in the dirt. Filleted down the left field side. Teoscar Hernández has it sail over his head, and 1 hops off the warning track and into the seats. Automatic double and a half swing from Nimmo.
Yeah, tough ball to read. We talk about balls like to center field where you can't get an angle on them, or full swings that are broken bats. Well, this is like chop half swing, and it goes a long way. And you can see why Teo is running in and sideways, and it goes over his head. But it was just so barreled up with that half swing that it had plenty of power. A tough one for an outfielder to read.
That ends a streak of 8 Rangers retired in a row. Brandon Nimmo been the problem tonight for Emmett Sheehan. Strike 1 on Duran.
Swings and misses have started to pile up for Emmett Sheehan. It is a very good sign.
I believe that was the 11th whiff already, which matches his season best in a game. It's only the top of the third.
First time through the order, 4 strikeouts. That is a good sign also.
Fastball velocity. I mean, truly, you take away that leadoff home run, there are no negative feelings if you're Emmett Sheehan, or the Dodgers for that matter. The 0-2. And Duran strikes out swinging. There's another whiff and another K. Sheehan with 5 in 3 innings. Between the Dodgers and Rangers, 16 of 20 to touch home plate. Thinks the ball's leaving the yard. The Dodgers happy that they have the edge in that category, 6-4. Home half of the third inning. Ball 1 outside the Will Smith. 3, 4, and 5 coming up for the Dodgers in this frame as they try and extend the early 4-1 lead. Last night it was Kumar Rocker for the Rangers. Tonight, Jack Leiter. A couple of top 3 picks who were rotation mates at Vanderbilt. 2021 team and all the way to the College World Series final in Omaha. And each of them had a no-hitter in college. Rockers was in the NCAA tournament. Leiter's was in his SEC debut. And the Rangers drafted them hoping that they would be foundational pieces for their rotation, and early parts of 2026 showing signs of that. 2-2, fouled away by Smith. Now, seeing all the home runs so far has been interesting and noteworthy because you compare the league as a whole. Last year, first 190 games, ball 3 up and in on Smith. There were 404 home runs hit around Major League Baseball. But the first 188 games of 2026, just 342. So 62 fewer home runs across the league. Now, we've had some cold weather across baseball. That is certainly a factor, but slug was down to start. Leadoff walk for Smith.
That was the first thing that popped into my head is, what is the comparison of the weather with the colder or the direction of the wind even sometimes, but that is a significant drop.
And the Dodgers and Rangers just scoff at the notion. Freeman on for a second time. Here's Freddie Freeman fouling back, strike 1. Freddie walked and scored in the first inning on Teoscar's home run, so on base streak now at 10 games.
So much fun to watch hit. I know he comes into the game hitting 255 and he's not real happy that he's not at 300 already, but just really the intent, the consistency of the stance and his approach. He can just, that ball is, a ball and a half outside, and he's taking it when it's halfway. When it's halfway to the plate, he's like, that's no strike. And it doesn't even look like it's a challenge to him.
Rips one to right. There's a hit, and that sends Will Smith to third base. Dodgers on the corners and nobody out.
Well, in your mind's eye, think about the changeup away that he took, and then look at the explosion on the changeup in that he can reach approximately the same location as Ohtani home run to lead off the game for the Dodgers, where it was a slider. Well, this lefty hit the changeup in that place.
Back to Max. Muncy struck out against Leiter in the first inning. 2-1, nobody out, 4-1 LA. Changeup didn't miss by much, ball one. Do you think that was a strike? Just your first blush?
Borderline, yeah. I don't know. I don't want to waste your challenges here, but because of the no outs, if it was a situation where I could save the run on third for some reason with 2 out, but it was.
The Rangers have the fewest ABS challenges in the league. Just 13 this season. It's a jam, pops it straight up. Higashioka has no play. It basically rode the other side of the net.
It has hit the net. You could really help tomorrow's game by knocking this starter out early and getting to their pen with a day game and short rest for the pen tomorrow.
Already 62 pitches for Leiter. Number 63. He's pulled foul by Muncy.
Yeah, if you put another crooked number on the board and you get that pitch count past 75 in this inning, that would be another 12 spot, which could be very easy. That would be a very quick inning if you started it now as far as pitch count. So you got a chance to have this pitch count at 80.
On a 1-2. Leiter loses that changeup arm side. Count squares up for Max. With last night's 3 home run outbursts, Muncy jumped into second all-time home runs hit here at Dodger Stadium, trailing only Eric Karros. Was behind Ronce, 123 hit here in LA. Now Max is 124, EK at 130. Two on, nobody out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Muncy spoils another. Leiter's 8th offering to Muncy. Do it again. This has to be just so frustrating and demoralizing.
It really is, especially after you've given up a couple of home runs and the runs and you're down 4-1. It's a battle when the score is real even and you're throwing the ball well. But yeah, right now it's like, what can I do?
Another foul ball. Crowd here starting to sense it too. They understand this is Max Muncy's been in there a long time.
It's upsetting in 2 ways for the pitcher. One, the pitch count is climbing, and two, do I have something that he can swing and miss at?
Pitch number 10. No, that misses. And now the count is full. Will this be the payoff? It's low, ball 4. What a plate appearance for Max Muncy. He walks to load the bases.
Well, that is definitely his secret power, that it's not a secret any longer, his plate discipline. Teo goes deep in the first to put him on top. A 1-1 tie after 2 leadoff hitters go 1 for each side, and then Teo goes 3-run job.
Pretty lengthy mound visit here for the Rangers right-hander. It's going to be broken up by Nestor Ceja, the home plate umpire.
The pitch clock has brought game times down dramatically, almost a good half hour. But the Dodger offense is to blame for their 3-hour games. And you see a 30-pitch first, 18-pitch second, and 22-pitch third.
Without recording an out yet.
And no out. And a lot of times those pitch counts are happening against bullpens, the way the team has been scoring runs late in games. But here, it's at the beginning.
Bases loaded, nobody out. First inning home run came on a changeup off the inside corner. Leiter's 1-0. It's a fastball, even the count.
98. Some anger behind that pitch.
Here comes the 1-1. And it's a little tardy, that at 99. Strike 2 fouled away.
Pretty much as a pitcher, you are protecting a lot of stats right now, not only the scoreboard, but your ERA, your effectiveness, and he is going to empty the tank.
Leiter delivers, and Hernandez hits it on the ground to short. The flip to second, and the turn, that's 2. Smith scores on the play. No RBI for Teo, but the Dodgers add to the lead, now 5-1.
Number 44, Andy.
Last game of the road trip, Andy had 4 strikeouts in the game. Let's not let that string happen here tonight. Struck out in his first at bat.
Take strike 1.
And the strikeout in the first bat is strange for 2026. It was common for 2025. A high slider away off the plate, pretty much a ball out of hand that he chased.
There's a helmet tap. ABS
the
challenge.
catcher is challenging the call of ball.
Powered by T-Mobile. Jack Leiter had palm to the sky. Like, where did that miss? It didn't.
The pitch is a strike. Texas has 2 challenges remaining.
It's again just the 14th total challenge for the Rangers this year, and it's a successful one. Popped up, shallow right. Coming in Nimmo. And the Dodgers have them loaded with nobody out. They only get 1 home. It's 5-4 LA going to the 4th. You got through it all.
I'm reading the promotion on the monitor, and I'm looking at Emmett, and he's starting his delivery.
Seager to right, hangs up for Tucker. One out in the fourth, never a doubt.
We needed him to catch that ball because we want to show you the swings and misses with Emmett's slider. Came into this game looking for a feel for this pitch. Well, I would say he's got it when your spray pattern is like that. 11 swings, 9 misses.
Look at that spike. First 2 starts, the whiff rate on that slider, 29% up to 82 tonight. Ground ball left side. Picked by Muncy. 2 gone.
Have glove and bat will travel.
Number 3, John Peterson.
Throughout spring and into his first starts of the year, with the velocity being down nearly 2 miles per hour from where it was last year on the fastball specifically, it was just seemingly every time Emmett Sheehan came up in conversations for Dave Roberts with the media, it was, hey, what's wrong with Emmett Sheehan? What's wrong with him? The velocity's down. What's wrong? And the Dodgers and Sheehan have continued to insist, feel good, I'm healthy. It's just purely mechanical.
Well, Kirsten did some great research with Mark Pryor and got some sound from Emmett and Mark, and they really talked about, and she asked the questions about just being too rotational, too east-west, where kind of spinning off with his direction. And there's so many different reasons, because that can be the symptom or the exhaust, but there has to be something possibly earlier in the delivery that's forcing you to do that, or subconsciously you're doing it. And they're working on those fixes. And as a pitching coach, you don't really want to talk about the specific things you're trying to fix compared to this is the symptom, because it can get into your pitchers' heads if you're all going up and down talking about these are the drills we're using or this is what we're really working on. You just don't want your pitchers to hear that in all their interviews. You want that to be private and go about your business. But I think Connor and Mark have done an outstanding job the way they communicate to the media and to Kirsten.
There's that slider again. Another whiff. Have to honor the icon in this booth, the Hall of Fame broadcaster who retired that season after 67 years as the voice of Dodger baseball. A ball and 2 strikes for Alex Freeland. Freeland 0 for 1, grounded out to second as the leadoff man in the second. Freeland flies one in the air, left field, slicing towards Duran.
No action in the Texas bullpen, so they're counting on Leiter to get through this inning.
Dodgers 5, Rangers 4, bottom of the 4th, bases empty and 1 gone. Top of the order, waiting on deck, Shohei Ohtani.
Leiter with 92 pitches in his first outing. Second outing, 85. They probably feel like they can push him to 100 now, being the third start.
2-1. He's trying to build on 2025's official rookie year, though he did debut in 2024. 10 wins. ERA looks good, 3.86. ERA plus, which is park adjusted, 95, so technically slightly below league average. And had a battle through a blister issue in the early part of the year, and once he came back from that, was really strong the rest of the way. Not as big as his father, and also obviously throws with a different hand. But same wiring and how they think the game and the position of being a pitcher.
Really, when I got to spend about an hour with him, hour and a half, just watching baseball and then listening to him process things that we talked about, gave me a lot of confidence that he's going to have a long career.
Count full on Ha-Seong Kim. All 4, and a walk out of the 9 spot.
Leadoff walks cardinal sin, but 1-out walk with Ohtani on deck.
That sends the Ranger bullpen scurrying a little bit. Nobody yet throwing. Shohei 2 for 2, a leadoff home run in the first, and an infield single in the second. Kim takes off. And he's got it. First stolen base of the season for Comet.
Great situation to rip the bag off. You are consumed with Ohtani at the plate that's already had a home run off of you and a base hit, even though the base hit was about 40 foot long.
Leiter's 1-0. Stays upstairs. Here comes Leiter's 90th pitch of the night. Ohtani takes 2-1.
We need a ball right down the right field line that rolls around the corner and turns into a triple. Then we got a shot at a cycle and another bobblehead.
That fastball too far outside from him to pull it into the right field corner, but now he's ahead 3-1. This is danger zone for any pitcher. Down the right field line, but it hooks well foul.
Well, he hit one fair earlier to tie the game up.
That last foul ball was 118 off the bat, in case you were wondering. With the count full, here's Leiter. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Shohei gave it a mighty rip. A little higher than the ball that he hit for a home run, and just swings right through that. Boy, he was coming out of his shoes on that one.
Right field, Tucker.
4th strikeout of the game for Leiter. 2 gone in the 4th. The lefty Tucker come to the plate. Skip Schumacher's going to call down to the pen to bring in his own lefty. 2 on and a runner on second. 5-1 Dodgers in the 4th. We'll be back in a moment. Tyler Alexander for the 7th time comes out of the Ranger bullpen. ERA of 1.59 his first 5 2/3 innings. Trying to finish the 4th. Ha-Seong Kim on second. 2 gone. Kyle Tucker tries to ambush him, and he pops it up into shallow center. backing up Seager, and that's the final out. Still 5-4 going to the 5th.
What do you like?
4-run lead for the Dodgers. Here's the 5th inning. 6, 7, and 8 for Texas against Emmett Sheehan. So many positive signs for the righty so far tonight, and one of those, the pitch efficiency, Oral. First 2 starts, he needed about 20 pitches to get through an inning on average. Tonight, first 4 innings, 44 total pitches. Do the math, that's 11 pitches per frame.
It is the key to being able to go deep into the game. Effectiveness and efficiency.
4-pitch walk to begin the 5th for Sheehan. That is his first free pass of the game.
Number 11, Kyle Higashioka.
The thing that saves that walk is roll a pair. Try and get a ground ball double play. Catcher at the plate, catcher speed.
Strike 1. Higashioka does have pops, something to be aware of as well. But Sheehan sat him down in the 2nd inning, their first battle. Struck him out on a slider and on 3 pitches. Higashioka hits one hard to left field. It's on the warning track, and it is caught by Pages.
You are glad that Andy caught it, but culturally, I know the center fielder's the captain, but that's literally left field.
Look at Teo.
It's like
I don't want to be Kike.
Can I play too? And that's something that yeah, that's fans that they might miss, because you grow up playing baseball because you love catching grounders and fly balls. So, you know, that is a fun part of the game for people.
Mentor and protege crossing paths, avoiding a collision on that first out of the inning.
In your scorebook, you have to write in 8 at 7. And this was an 8 at 7 that rescued the World Series.
There's a strike.
We used to use the at on our scorebook when shifting was allowed. But I think with Andy Pages in center, we've got to bring it back.
2 balls and a strike on the number 8 hitter Smith. Strike 2, catches the outside edge. Ground ball right side. Freeland twirls and fires the turn. That's 2. Oh, baby, what a play to end the inning.
If you thought it was going to be Freeland to Kim, the Dodger double play combination, you got that trivia question right. That was a beauty. Across the body. Kim is not going to be able to release the ball quick enough to get it to Freddie Freeman to record the out. But because the throw was unbelievable and accurate, it was well done, guys.
3, 4, and 5 on the docket for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 5th. Smith with a good cut. Fouls back a strike. Scary defense in the outfield for the pretty defense on the infield. Just getting on the same page.
Teo's like, after that, I need to have a drink.
Me? I'm calling. What?
I'm the captain.
I'm the center fielder.
Yeah. Look, dude, do you want to lead the league in hitting? You don't want to collide with me.
Roller up the middle. Nice backhand by Smith. He loses it on the transfer. And Will Smith is on to start.
Smith gets a hit as Smith loses the ball up the middle. And this play up the middle where he loses it shows you how difficult Freeland's play was on the double play. It is a great example of there it is. And he's going to try and transfer and turn his body and throw. Alex Freeland did it perfect with a shorter throw, but he did it better.
A strike slice foul by Freddie Freeman. Dodgers lead 5-1 in the bottom of the 5th, and they feel like they're in control. But, Oro, if you're looking at this one honestly and objectively, they have had opportunities to blow this thing open. The base runners on in every inning, including having the bases loaded with nobody out in the 3rd. But they just haven't been able to cash in.
You know, 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. But we feel like we're nitpicking up here.
No.
This is a pretty good team. But after, you know, when Edwin Diaz has his first blown save and all of a sudden you have a 3-run lead in the 9th and all of a sudden it's a tie game and Max Muncy, the 3rd hitter in the inning, has to hit one out for the walk-off. You could stay away from that kind of heart-stopping excitement.
Ball 3 just missed the hands of Freeman. As the sun sets here in LA, the temperature's cooling a bit. You can feel that in and around the stadium. As Alexander comes home, gets a whiff from Freeman, full count. The 3-2 fouled away. Not a bad picture, Io.
Beauty.
Bouncing ball to first base. Berger steps on the bag and throws to second. And the Rangers turn 2.
Max 11 pitch at bat that led to a walk. But it was amazing the way he worked the count, understood the strike zone, fouled off a bunch. His bat speed was not like we're showing, but his ability to judge the strike zone was.
And now Muncy gets an opportunity to face a left-handed pitcher. 5 for his first 11 this year, left on left, including last night's walk-off winner. It's it right to Berger, and after the leadoff infield single from Will Smith, Alexander faces the minimum in the 5th. But 6 strikeouts and only 1 walk. The number 9 hitter Josh Young to start. It's a 5-1 Dodger lead, trying to clinch this series against Texas. Sheehan's 1-1. Cued foul, strike 2. on the former All-Star Josh Young. Young started the All-Star game in 2023 at third base as a rookie. Sheehan trying to put him down. The 1-2 hit hard to center. A leadoff base hit. And it came on a fastball from Sheehan at 95. The velocity has been there all night.
It's still the pitch that's getting hit. The Rangers are now 3 for 6 off it. They came in the league hitting .545 off his fastball, so they're right around that number still. A single, a double, and a home run off the fastball. 0 for 11 with 5 Ks off the slider and changeup.
And now the toughest customer of the game for Emmett Sheehan, that's Brandon Nimmo. 2 for 2 with a home run and a double. Strike one on a curve. And 2. So he goes curveball, changeup to start Nimmo. Did he get a fastball? No. Slider down and in. I mean, you can't, based on. I guess, are you aware of it? Do you believe you would be?
Oh yeah. Oh, you're totally aware of it. But you're not going to abandon it completely. You're going to really concentrate on your location.
Nimmo charges up to right field, and Tucker turns to watch it fly. Brandon Nimmo's second home run of the game. And all the missed opportunities for the Dodgers on offense. A little bit more haunting here in the 6th, as it's now 5-3.
We have seen the sweet spot for left-handed hitters on both sides. Slider down and in right there. They love to just drop the head of the bat low and in, and most lefties love that location. You say, well, why do you throw it there? Well, usually you're trying to throw it below the swing or to their back foot to get them to swing at a ball. That one stayed a strike.
Swinging strike one for Duran. 11th career multi-home run game for Nimmo. And for the Rangers, 9 of their 10 runs in this series have been via the homer. Pitch count well in hand for Sheehan, still just 66. He's thrown 11 here this inning without yet recording an out. Still in a great spot.
Looking at a quality outing, get through this one with no more runs. Jack Dreyer up in the pen.
He just got up, so his process only beginning as Duran grounds to third, and Muncy beats him by a step.
Well, Jack is probably up for Peterson and Carter. We're a couple hitters away. Emmett can still get through this inning by recording 2 outs here.
Changeup misses, ball 1 on Corey Seager. Dodgers shortstop 0 for 2 with a strikeout so far tonight. Look at his time in Dodger Blues. First 7 years, the highest OPS by a shortstop in his first 7 years, going back to 1940. Sheehan gets him to ground out to Freeland for the second out of the sixth.
First baseman Jake Berger.
Nimmo goes deep in the first. He gets a strikeout, and a ground out. Nimmo goes deep in the sixth. He gets a couple of ground outs.
Ball went upstairs on Jake Berger. 2 outs, nobody on in the sixth. Now 5-3 Dodgers. Emmett Sheehan currently with 6 strikeouts.
I know Jack in the box is rooting for the strikeout right here. This could go viral.
All right, Mr. Social Media Bulldog. 2 balls, no strikes. 3-0.
But it could be a really good setup.
Oh, it
From
got
3-0
to
to 3-2
Ah.
for the Jumbo Jacks.
That's just strike 1. The 3-1 pitch is a good one. Strike 2. All right. This is what Oral Hershiser has been dreaming of. Full count. Emmett Sheehan's payoff to Jake Berger. Cued to first. Freddie Freeman fields it fair. Berger is retired, but not via the K, and Hershiser is distraught.
Berger on a roll.
5-3 Dodgers in the middle of the sixth. Save us from ourselves. Go.
Hey, Dodger fans, it's time for Dodger Jersey.
Another inning of work for the lefty Tyler Alexander. Strike 1 to Teoscar Hernández. 6, 7, and 8 for the Dodgers in what is suddenly just a 2-run game. Hernandez 1 for 2, a 3-run home run in the first inning, and he grounded into a double play in the third with the bases loaded. And he just pokes it foul, falling behind 1-2. Square count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Hernandez hunkers down, the 3-2 coming. Flies it to shallow center. Drifting toward right center is Carter, and that's out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th.
Center field, Andy Pages.
First pitch strike to Andy Pages. He was 0 for 2. Jammed on a cutter, fouls it away. 2 strikes. What did we discuss last night? Andy Pages, 2 strike counts. Not phased one bit.
Nope. What he has done is he's cut the plate in half depending on the pitcher and how they're trying to get him out. Concentrates on that early in the count, but then covers the whole plate with good balance late in the count.
High ball's a changeup, low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alexander with the 2-2 pitch. Ball 3. So from 0-2 to 3-2. Now the payoff. Up and away, ball 4.
Second baseman, Alex Freeland.
That's all 6 innings now. The Dodger offense has had at least 1 base runner aboard. Freeland flashes bunt, pulls back and takes strike.
Where they're playing the second baseman and with the first baseman holding and a left-handed pitcher, there is room on the right side for a push bunt.
Alexander's 0-1. Freeland swinging away and he fouls a cutter over the net, strike 2.
Emmett Sheehan, the 4th consecutive Dodger starter to go 6 or more innings. It looks like Jack Dreyer is going to be coming into the game, but it was well done and a nice response to a few rough outings.
Now, Dodgers starting pitchers, the last 5 games, including Sheehan's effort tonight, have an ERA of 2.79 in the last 29 innings pitched. A quality start for Sheehan. One he will absolutely try to build on. Pages takes off for second. No throw down. Second Dodger stolen base of the game.
Well, for left-handers, you're either picked off or you got a great jump, and he got a great jump. So whatever he read early in the first movement, he got it right, and he was in there easily.
It gets him in a scoring position. Now can Freeland bring him home? The 2-2 pitch. Fouled into the Ranger dugout. Freeland a switch hitter. Batting from the right side. This is the quote-unquote weaker of the 2 sides for him offensively. Another 2-2. Wave and a miss, strike 3. 2 gone for Alexander, his first strikeout out of the bullpen. Alexander twirls in strike 1. Ranger infield shifting on Ha-Seong Kim as much as the rules will allow, but Young is just off the cut of the grass at third. Left side, snared there at short, but no throw. Good glove work from Seager, just saved a run.
Kim actually thought he hit it in the hole of the outfield and almost started his turn, and then he saw him glove it and he straightened out his line to first base.
Last second stab from Seager. So Pages holds at third base. Dodgers on the corners. 2 out. Shohei Ohtani. 2 for 3 with a solo home run and a base hit. Struck out his last time up. First pitch, swing and a miss.
Lefties like to crowd him like that last fastball or breaking balls off the plate. They don't like throwing and breaking balls for strikes. They don't like throwing fastballs out over the plate.
Pulls off a changeup. Fouls away, strike 2.
Must watch TV right here, even with 2 strikes.
The Dodgers were up 5-1. It's now 5-3. Those runs are back on the base pass. 2 gone. Alexander comes home. And strike 3 on the outside corner. No challenge from Ohtani. The Dodgers strand 2 more. Now it'll be up to the bullpen to take things home. Welcome back. It's time for the 7th inning. The Dodgers on top of Texas 5-3. And Dave Roberts calling to the bullpen, brought to you by Jacoby and Myers. Jack Dreyer right back onto the horse, going to try and bounce back after a tough outing in the series finale against the Blue Jays.
Yeah, just a third of an inning, 3 hits, a couple of earnies, but yeah, and a walk. I expect him to get right back in there. This guy has ice water in his veins. He proved it last year. He's got great stuff and great makeup. You're gonna have bad ones. Let's just keep your cold streak short and your hot streaks long.
Facing a pinch hitter in Andrew McCutchen, so McCutchen replaces Jock Peterson in the 5 spot. It's basically the same situation too for Dreyer as he saw in Toronto. Comes in with a 2-run lead. Two check swing. Yes, he did. McCutchen, the way he dropped the bat after completing that swing, something happened there with his left hand or arm, but he was in all kinds of discomfort on that check swing.
Center fielder Evan Carter.
Oh, that didn't look good.
The first out of the 7th. Dreyer against Carter. And that strikeout, 1 for Dreyer. Add to the 6 Emmett Sheehan recorded. 7 and free Jumbo Jacks tomorrow in Los Angeles after you go and buy a large drink. Looked like McCutchen went straight down into the tunnel. Hopefully he's all right. As Carter swings through strike 2. It's that left hand and wrist. I mean, just the force. I mean, trying to stop a swing like that.
And he is a very handsy hitter. So as he's stopping it, he's throwing the barrel of the bat at the ball, and then he's stopping it after he's thrown the barrel. So there's this whipping action down onto his hands that is tremendous amount of force.
Strike 3 called. Back-to-back Ks for Jack Dreyer here in the 7th.
Left on left, fastball on the corner, just the same way that Shohei was retired to end the Dodger inning.
First pitch strike to Kyle Higashioka. Ranger backstop 0 for 2. Higashioka, one of the best players to come out of Edison High School in Huntington Beach. One of the best, not the best. They got a Hall of Famer, the Chargers do. That would be Jeff Kent. He's going to go in this summer. McCutchen back in the Ranger dugout. Encouraging sign. Dreyer gets ready for this 0-2. Strike 3 swinging. Dreyer strikes out the side in the 7th. Stand and stretch. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Brought to you by Sit and Sleep.
A lot different than a third of an inning and giving up 2 earnings. It was a great response, Jack.
And it comes against Pops' old club. Steve Dreyer debuted and pitched for the Rangers for a couple of seasons. Now pitching for the Rangers here tonight, Robert Garcia.
Garcia had a rough one last night, gave up 3 hits, 2 on the changeup, 1 on the slider. He also has, of course, a fastball. So he is trying to respond to his own rough outing.
(5-3) Dodgers, bottom of the 7th. Kyle Tucker fouls back a heater. 0-1. 0 for 3 tonight is the Dodger right fielder. Just 2 extra base hits so far. First 13 plus games. Nice to get out of the way of ball 1. Let's go downstairs to Kirsten Watson.
Thanks, Stephen. Well, I spoke with Kyle Tucker yesterday just as to how he's feeling at the plate right now, and he said it's not bad, but he feels like it could be better. He's noticed he's just fouling off more pitches that he would like to, and they're pitches that typically he would hit for extra bases or even send over the fence.
You're all right, Kirsten. Fly ball left field.
Or ones that he would send over the fence, but he feels like he's moving in the right direction, guys.
All right, Kirsten, appreciate the perspective and insight there for Tuckers, along with Kyle Freeland, the only Dodgers who have yet to reach base safely tonight. Meanwhile, Will Smith saying what, like it's hard? He's reached all 3 times tonight. 2 singles, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Ball and a strike for Garcia. A tip of the cap to Tyler Alexander, who was the first Ranger reliever tonight. 2 1/3 shutout innings, 2 hits, a walk, and 2 Ks, throwing 37 pitches and 24 of them strikes. The 1-2 to Smith. Fouled back. Wasn't a great night for the Ranger bullpen on Friday, but they came in pitching extremely well. A different bullpen in this modern MLB. Another 1-2, another foul ball from Smith. You think of current day bullpens, you're thinking, oh, everybody's got high octane upper 90s. Everyone who comes out of there is throwing 97 plus. That's not the case for Texas.
You know, they don't have the flamethrowers. They're not soft tossers, but it's all just just below average big league fastball. You know, your 92 to 94 group.
Now the lefties can get it up, 92 to 95, which is darn good from the left side. But again,
You start thinking about somebody being a hard thrower when they get above 95, 96 to 100.
Garcia taps the cap.
The pitcher is challenging the call of ball.
Rangers 1 for 1 on ABS challenges so far tonight, so they still got 2.
The pitch is a ball. Texas has 1 challenge remaining.
Samsonite. Way off.
Yeah, I think it's one thing to I think it's one thing to have a ratio of who has the best challenges. I think they also need to do a distance measurement. Pitchers might end up being the farthest off.
Right.
That was a ways.
Check swing on a 3-2. No swing for Smith. And a 1-out walk.
Dodgers could use some insurance runs here. Bottom of the 7th, up by 2.
So Smith on for a 4th time. It's Freddie Freeman. Try to provide the insurance you're talking about. Walk, a base hit, and a double play so far for Freeman. That double play came in the 5th inning. The Dodgers' 15th of the year, the most in the big leagues. Big swing, big miss. A ball and a strike. Cool breeze blows through the yard ahead of the 1-1 pitch from Garcia. Line right back to the pitcher. He can't handle it. Freeman waited a moment running down the line. He is retired. Smith gets into second.
It was lost around his belt buckle, but it was not caught, and it rolled then down through the glove. I think it hits him right in the stomach.
Ooh.
And then goes right through his glove. And Freddie thought it was captured, but he ends up being out.
Now a host of Rangers players and staff checking in on the left-hander. That went in at 94 miles per hour, went back at him at 86.
It's like being hit by a breaking ball if you're the batter.
I would prefer to not.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I got you. I got you.
I mean, if they hit it back at you 106, you're like, okay, that one really hurts.
The theme has continued for the Dodger offense. They've had at least 1 runner on in all 7 innings. They've stranded 5 so far as Muncy jumps on the first pitch and skies it to center field, but Carter has room. And they strand another. The lead is still 2 going to the 8th. 3. Needs 6 more outs out of the bullpen. Turn to Tanner Scott in the 8th.
Been throwing the ball very well. 8th appearance of the season. That leads the team. I think every day he's out there, he's gaining confidence on, I am back to my old self.
Had a great outing last night. 3 up, 3 down, 8th with 2 strikeouts. Needed just 9 pitches to get those 3 outs. Sam Haggerty is the pinch hitter for Texas. This is in Josh Smith's part of the order, the number 8 spot. The 0-2 up and away. Fastball at 97. Is there anything specifically you have liked about the 2026 version of Tanner Scott so far? Is it the sequencing? Is it the execution?
Well, I think being able to throw multiple breaking balls in a row to get people off of just your fastball to be able to throw the ball to both sides of the plate and execute, where the hitter cannot just zone you to one area where this is all he can throw for a strike. And then these 2 strike counts, which he started here, staying out of the middle of the plate.
0-2 to full. The count on Haggerty.
I'd rather have 0-2 to full than what was happening last year. It was 0-2 and a fastball down the middle and getting hit.
Grounded through the wickets of Scott, fielded by Freeland. 1 out.
Might have taken a few too many shots to get that out, but it's a lot better in progress from last year.
Number 6, Josh Young.
Number 9 hitter Josh Young. Brandon Nimmo in the leadoff spot, waiting in the wings on deck. Scott twirls in a slider for strike 1. A liner to short. Ha-Seong Kim is there.
The other thing the league has picked on Tanner Scott with is he's such a strike thrower that they can actually cheat almost on every pitch. And so building some counts other than just 0-2 or 2 balls in the strike zone will make him more of a mystery too.
Now can Scott be the first to retire Brandon Nimmo in this game? The answer is yes. Lazy fly ball to left. Teoscar Hernández settles underneath it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Tanner Scott, preserving the 5-3 lead. Taking the hill for Texas. 5-3 the Dodgers lead. But this is the last inning they have to come to the plate.
That would be nice to not hit in the bottom of the 9th. Bottom of the 9th last night was very exciting. 2 up, 2 down, and then Muncy walks him off.
Ball went upstairs. Changes defensively for Texas. Sam Haggerty pinch hit in the top of the 8th. He's now in left. That pushes Duran into the infield, playing second where Josh Smith was. Ball 2, a sinker down and in. Martin's 2-0. Hernandez couldn't hold up. Tails 1 for 3 tonight. That one hit a big one.
It was a blast. It was in the first, and that was the beginning of the comeback. Another comeback possible victory for the Dodgers. Strings of when they out-homer opponents and strings of comeback victories.
They'd love some insurance, though. 3-2. It's Blake Trinan warming in the Dodger bullpen. Edwin Diaz last night blew his first save as a Dodger. Did get the win. He threw 23 pitches in 19 strikes.
Well, he's not losing his job, and it's not punishment. It's just April, and there's different theories about workload. But especially for a club like the Dodgers that expects to go deep into October, you're not going to back-to-back your closer. The closer for sure wants the ball because you want to get back on the mound as quick as possible after a rough outing. But we're being very pragmatic, long-term thinking.
Lays to left toward the gap. It is down. A one-hopper off the wall. Hernandez turns and stands up at second with a leadoff double.
There's halfway around to insurance with this double. Hit well, not on the screws, but hit well and hit in the right spot. Almost one hops out of here. I talked about the league picking on Tanner Scott. Oh my gosh. He's not only dancing for the bullpen, he's dancing for the whole left field pavilion.
Teo's a man of the people. 5th multi-hit game of the year for Teoscar Hernández, and scoring position for Andy Pages. It was Pages last night. We didn't know at the time just how big it ended up being, but when they were in search for some insurance late, Pages with a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 8th made it 7-4. The Rangers tied it in the top of the 9th.
Base hits to right field on breaking balls away. Before that swing, they thought it must be time to come inside, and Andy said no.
Pages 7 for 12 with runners in scoring position this year. He has driven in 12. A ball and 2 strikes.
I was mentioning the league and their approach to Tanner Scott because he throws so many strikes. Well, the same thing is for Martin. Martin has 53 walks in 11 seasons. His high for a season is 8 walks. So you can cheat on him.
Jammed and fouled back a fastball. No change in the count at 1-2.
So I don't think it's a good equation for Martin here. He might get Andy Pages out, but when a strike thrower is going up against a guy who's swinging a really hot bat, it can be, you got to make some really good pitches.
Pages goes down to get it in the left field. Teoscar Hernández coming home. The throw is late. Need insurance? Call Andy.
Goes down and gets it. It is down by shin high, shoelace high by the time it was not hitting the bat. But Teo with his speed breaks well. Andy with his bat hits well.
The lead now 3. Andy Pages nearly caught off first base.
Be more worried about his legs jumping back and getting hurt than making out.
Rangers 1 headsets. That was just you normally get a certain amount of time, and I think that's what Skip Schumacher is saying. All right, Chris Guccione, the crew chief.
Texas is challenging the safe call at first base.
If they're challenging it, it might be that his foot is over the bag, but not on the bag. I'm just glad he's healthy.
He's moving the wrong direction.
Ooh, that's interesting. He looks safe.
Calling the field is safe, so the replay operations center, the Rock in New York, is going to comb through all the footage and see if there's conclusive evidence to overturn it.
Lengthy review.
After review, the call in the field is confirmed. The runner is safe. Texas will lose a challenge.
Call confirmed. It just stands.
Andy Pages with another 2-strike hit with that RBI. He's now hitting 273, 9 for 33 with 2 strikes. The league average is 159.
Runs for second and get the best jump to throw down in time. Now it's the Dodgers' turn to see if they want to challenge. They say play on.
He got a really good lead and was anticipating a good jump, but just didn't keep the momentum. It was between getting picked off or stealing, and he should have just went for it. But it's hard when you get out there to no man's land.
They're trying to be aggressive against Higashioka.
The catcher is challenging the call of ball.
Challenging that last pitch from Martin. And it's confirmed to be a ball. So
the pitch is a ball. Texas is out of challenges.
No more. Two balls and a strike. For those who are playing 2026 MLB rules bingo, I mean, probably just waiting on a pitch clock violation. Add that to the free space, and then you're yelling out bingo.
You play a lot of bingo? You really knew the rules there.
Everybody knows you get the free spot in the middle. The 3-1. Fastball hitting the net behind home plate. Full count.
You have your own custom marker to card.
Traveling board.
One of those dabbers. Oh, I know too much.
Wait, which one of us is the expert again? Martin's payoff. Strike three swinging.
Batting for the Dodgers, the shortstop, number 6, Teoscar Hernández.
We still don't believe that Kim can hit it through the 6-hole where shortstop conventionally plays. That's where his infield hit was. Shoved it over on the left side. Beat it out.
Kim tries to serve one down the left field side, but that's too far left foul. 0-2.
I think the stronger he's gotten, which from one year to the next, he is going to hit the ball to the opposite field a little bit more and not be pulling the ball on the ground as much.
Swings through a high fastball. Back-to-back Ks for Martin to get through the 8th, but the Dodgers are able to tack on a run thanks to Andy Pages. 6-3 on to the 9th. They turn to Blake Trinan. And that RBI hit is big from Pages, and that seems obvious to say, but Corey Seager's batting second. So previously, you know, if Duran finds a way on, it's the old bloop and a blast away, and Seager can certainly provide the blast. A scary hitter always, but it takes a little bit of the edge off in this given situation. It's a huge whiff on a sweeper. 1-2.
Star Wars sweeper. Looks like a fastball down the middle, ends up just outside.
Rand serves it to right. Tucker is there. One gone.
This is Blake's 6th outing. Has not given up a run and is averaging less than a base runner per inning.
Shortstop, number 5, Corey
nice to get that one caught.
Seager flies it down the left field side. That's going to slice foul for a strike. One and one.
It was a really good pitch, though. It's one that Blake a few years ago would come back all the way to the corner. He's almost there.
Seager has to jump out of the way of ball 2 down and in.
This has got to make Blake's blood pump a little bit stronger. Healthy this year, working his way back to an elite status, getting a chance for this save right here.
2-1 to Seager. Over the net, fouls.
Most of his career with the Dodgers, he was the one you called on to face the heart of the order, whether it was the 7th, the 8th, sometimes the 9th, but a lot of times that would be Kenley Jansen.
On a 2-2, Seager spoils another Trinan sweeper. Oh, to build on your point, things just feel different at the back end this year of the bullpen. It's just more of a calm. Doesn't mean that things can and won't happen as we saw on Friday. Full count.
Yeah, you can watch statistics and go, oh, they just had a blown save. You know, is the pen going to start to unravel? I watch execution of all the different pitchers, and they all seem to have command of their stuff, hitting their spots. Their spray patterns are pretty tight, and they're getting the people out they're supposed to get at the ratios they're supposed to. They're, big league hitters are going to hit big league pitchers. And what you're looking for is you're looking for guys you can depend on that give you what you want. And what you want is execution at a pretty high level. About 80% of the time would be good.
Another 3-2. Ball 4 and a 1-out walk. It's the tying run in the on-deck circle for Texas.
The context that this team has put themselves in, every department has raised the bar of what a Dodger team should look like, whether it's the bullpen, the starting rotation, the middle infield, the outfield, and the production from the outfield, the catchers. Everybody, the bar is raised. Back-to-back champions looking for a three-peat. Holy smokes. I mean, any little blemish in the regular season, people are like, are they really going to be able to do it? They, you know, so-and-so did this last night. It's like, it's a long season. Take a deep breath.
1 on, 1 out. The 1-0 to Berger is in there for a strike. That walk to Seager snapped a stretch. The Dodgers pitchers had retired 10 Rangers in a row after Brandon Nimmo's 2-run homer in the 6th. Ground ball left side. Muncy can't field it cleanly and he's going to put it in his pocket. And so the tying run comes to the plate for Texas. It scored E5 on Muncy, putting Berger aboard. Ball 1 in the dirt to Andrew McCutchen, who struck out off the bench as a pinch hitter in the 7th. He did so in painful fashion, tried to check his swing, and he appeared to injure his left hand and wrist. Big swing and a miss. Ball and a strike. This was the check swing we're talking about. And you see that left wrist sort of gave out there, and he went straight down in the tunnel after striking out against Dreyer. First and second, 1 out in the 9th, 6-3 Dodgers. Trinan's 1-1. Fouled back. Now the Ranger bench is essentially down to its last player. Wyatt Langford is not on the IL. He hurt himself last night. He's going to avoid the injured list, but he's down for this game. So it's Danny Jansen, their catcher. He's last man available for Skip Schumacher. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Pulled foul. Trinan will try again. He got him. McCutchen wanted to challenge it. They had none left.
It is right there. Just grazes the bottom.
Center fielder number 32, Evan Carter.
Here comes Dave Roberts. Left-handed hitting Evan Carter coming to the plate. Dave Roberts making a change to bring in Alex Vesia to try and get the last out of the game. Happy birthday, Alex Vesia. The Dodger lefty turns 30 years old on this Saturday. And he's been strong all year.
He's been outstanding. You might say he's down a touch on his velocity over the last few years, but effectiveness has gone up.
AV digging in, face a pinch hitter, Danny Jansen. Right-handed hitting catcher. Started last night's opener behind the plate. Finished 1 for 4. A single and 3 strikeouts. He represents the tying run here in the top of the 9th. 6-3 Dodgers. They need one more out. Strike one. Fastball stayed a little high. 1-1. On a 1-1, Jansen takes a changeup downstairs. Seager walked. Berger reached on an error. They're on first and second. The 2-1 coming. Up and away, ball 3. Set up down the middle for the 3-1. Fastball into the net. The count now full. The Rangers down to their final strike. Here is the 3-2. Got him swinging, and that's a win for LA. A birthday K for Alex Vesia in a series win for the Dodgers.
After that reaction, I don't know if he'll be able to sleep tonight, but they are 11-3 and on a roll. Win the series, going for the sweep with the day game tomorrow.
Powered by first inning home runs from Shohei Ohtani and Teoscar Hernández. The Dodgers clinch the series. They will go for the sweep tomorrow. Bunch of pitching talent on the mound. One of the best of the generation. Jacob deGrom for Texas. Roki Sasaki for LA. Coming up next, Access Sports.